The whole thing about the Russian collusion, delusion is what I like to add on it or say about it, is, it was basically they conjured up a false narrative. They subverted the real intel. They definitely buried the truth and grossly inflated and exaggerated the Steele dossier to do anything. Their goal was to do anything to essentially whip up media hysteria, get a feeding frenzy going on. And it was used as a catalyst for countless and baseless investigations against Donald Trump. And in fact, the whole media was just in hysteria about Russian collusion. First of all, Russia had no capability. They didn't possess any kind of the means, for that matter, to sway the 2016 presidential election, nor could they influence or the American voter. The whole thing about Russian collusion, that has been shoved down our throats for like 10 years, like a solid decade. We were supposed to believe that the 2016 presidential election was somehow falsified. Basically, Hillary Clinton, still to this day, Hillary is what I like to call her, cannot accept the results of the 2016 presidential election. She can't. She is one heck of a bitter woman, by the way. But Hillary can't accept what had happened in 2016. So we're somehow all supposed to believe, as Obama wanted us to as well. Barack Obama had a secret meeting with his senior level officials, his security members, security cabinet, basically. They were CIA, I have it written down here, CIA Director John Brennan, FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, and the former DNI Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, along with, I think, Susan Rice was in that meeting and a few other people. But anyway, they had that secret meeting way back when to how can we come up with some kind of anything to create basically a narrative, a false narrative is what it turned out to be. What can they do to undermine and delegitimize Donald Trump's win, his presidency, and his legacy? Not just they, Donald Trump's enemies have had it out for him since the moment he came down that escalator. I mean, literally. They've done everything they could to try to put a stain on his name. So, Barack Obama calls what Tulsi Gabbard did. She's been popping up in the news quite a bit about about the documents that she's releasing. But he calls this whole thing ridiculous. And I'm like, really, Barry? Okay, so we're supposed to doubt and disbelieve that Donald Trump actually won back in 2016, despite all odds, despite the fact that everybody put all their eggs in one basket and thought for sure it was going to be Hillary because she was on that track. It was all geared up. I mean, she had the wind at her back, everything. But the point is, so we're supposed to doubt and disbelieve that Donald Trump legitimately won the 2016 presidential election, but God forbid we want to talk about 2020. That shit show, that hot mess. Do you know whenever I tried to make videos about the fraudulent activity that took place in 2020, those videos, you post them on TikTok, bam, they get taken off and deleted in about a half second flat. And then you try to post it on Facebook or YouTube, comes up with those typically like a light shade of blue, which is nice. As you can tell, I'm wearing like blue. I like blue. So verification, they slap on that paragraph there, that tiny little disclaimer, if you will. It's like, we're supposed to doubt and disbelieve anything that has to do with Donald Trump, but God forbid we want to talk about 2020. It's like, really, Barry? You call this ridiculous? How's about the fact that you had your hand directly creating the secret meeting, creating with your crooked cronies, ordering this whole thing about the Steele dossier, grossly exaggerating a lie, basically, and burying the truth. You want to talk about subverting democracy? How's about that?